Today on Ballistic Burgers, I'm going to be attempting to recreate the Cuban hamburger known as the Frita out of El Mago de los Fritas in Miami, Florida. This video happens to be a collaboration with my good friend Justin from Baby Back Maniac, who assisted me with the recon on this burger. He did a video documenting this. It's a fantastic video that I'm going to link. Make sure you check that out after you're done watching this. Let's get going. A couple of years ago, my good friend Justin from Baby Back Maniac and I were both in Miami doing a project with Guga of Guga Foods, and we ventured out. I wanted to try a legit Frita. You know, I love that burger history, and it's saturated history from the early 1900s back in Havana. Basically, the Frita is a seasoned hamburger, a bunch of beautiful Cuban spices in there, thin, and then it has fried potatoes, shoestring potatoes on top of it. Once Castro took over shortly after, meat was scarce, so the Friteras started adding flour as a kind of a filler in there. And from what I've read, it just ruined the Fritas in Cuba. It turned them into real flavorless, pasty, nasty things. But the baton was picked up with the immigrants that came into Miami. The restaurants, the Fritera restaurants started opening up, and Mago de las Fritas is one of the old school OG Frita joints in Miami, and Justin and I went there. It was really fun for me being there with Justin. He wasn't used to this. He is now, but you know, we went in there, and my tactic is always to kind of get to know the people and let them know what I want to do. And usually I found, especially with the smaller restaurants, if they see someone's actually taking interest in their food, they welcome you like family, and that's exactly what happened to us. I mean, Marta, one of the managers there, she was so gracious, and before you know it, we ended up behind the counter. Anyway, without any further ado, I'm going to give you the Cuban Frita. Have your pound of 80-20 ground chuck. Maga uses pure beef. That's what I'm using. A lot of the Frita places are using a blend of like chorizo or pork and beef. I have here sweet paprika and smoked paprika, some finely minced garlic, some ground cumin, good old American ketchup, some grated onion. Now I'm just going to get in there with my hands, knead this up. So basically what I'm doing is kneading this up very, very thoroughly, making sure everything is evenly mixed in, blended in. And then once that happens, I formed them into 3-ounce meatballs, covered this, put it in the refrigerator overnight, and I recommend you do the same because it really, really makes those flavors come alive. The next thing I'm going to show you is a sauce that I made for the burgers. I made this overnight as well because I wanted to make sure for last night that, you know, had time to cool down and everything. But this is how I made it. Going to add water, white distilled vinegar, tomato paste, cumin, sweet paprika, garlic powder, and kosher salt, demerara sugar. Get this all stirred up and bring this to a boil. Then I put it in a squeeze bottle, and this recipe was from the blog, 3 Guys in Miami. The only thing I did differently is I used demerara sugar, like a raw sugar, which is I think probably what they would have been using back in the day in Havana, Cuba. Well, let's cook. So we're using the wildfire today. Ignore this. I literally finished another video for my other channel like 10 minutes ago. And I'm running this at a medium-low heat. And I was actually shocked when I saw how cool they were actually cooking at Mago.
This isn't even 300 degrees. It's very low.
We have a lot going. Yeah, put it but it's a little different than a burger.
Yeah.
A little different than a burger,
Yeah.
So it's a smash burger. You smash them pretty thin. Throw some onions on top. And we're going to take that sauce Their buns, they're keeping them on like a plancha, like a tostera. I don't have one, so I'm just gonna use this. I've had this kind of heating up here, and I'm just gonna kind of rest it on the bun there. They're constantly moving the burgers around a little bit. For the fryer ready here, I got some really thinly sliced some shoestring potatoes. I'm going to hit the burger with just a little bit of salt, a little black pepper. And we're going to take that bottom bun and put it on top of the meat. I'm going to scrape up some of this goodness here. Add some onion. Some of these crispy potatoes. All right, let's give this a go. Check that out. And here we are, the famous Cuban Frita. Smells good, looks good. Tastes good. Wow. One thing I noticed with all that stuff in the meat, it was a little challenging compared to just beef, you know, with all it wasn't holding together as well. But I noticed that in the restaurant in Mago, same thing, you know, they were smashing them, the patties were kind of falling apart and they were forming them together. It's delicious though, wow. I don't know why this took us 2 years to do this, Justin. So good. But yeah, it just brought back all those wonderful memories when I was watching the old footage that we took at the restaurant. Again, they were just so hospitable to us. And just, again, they were treating us like family. Before you know it, they were throwing all these other menu items at us for us to try. We left there, we were stuffed. But anyway, it was a great time. And again, just it was wonderful to be able to share that with my buddy, Justin, who's a great guy. Check out his channel. Anyway, keep the suggestions coming in. I love these suggestions. Like I said, this is a suggestion from me. And wow, again, I'm so happy we got to finally do this. Anyway, if you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that sub button, ring the notification bell, thumb up the video if you like it. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.